We have with us a very special guest, Usha Anant Subramaniam, who is the chairperson and managing director of the first women's bank, that is Bharatiya Mahila Bank. We are going to speak to her about mainly the concept of bank, about the entire banking system, and also what she thinks about women being in top positions in most of these sectors. Hi ma'am, welcome to DD News. First of all, what is this entire concept about? This is definitely a very novel concept, and what does this offer? What different does it have in store?
Sure. See, Bharatiya Mahila Bank, it has its origins in the budget speech of the Union Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, when he announced on the 28th February 2013 that he proposed to set up a Mahila bank for women, with a capital, initial capital of 1,000 crores. That's where the seeds for this bank was sown, actually. And again, if you see in the economic context, how countries are, empowering women as economic asset. See, it is always felt that certain studies have revealed that women are the underutilized economic asset by in any country. So we have 47% of the women, population, and our women need to be economically empowered. Then they get into the machinery of the economy, and the economy it moves with in full force, with women taking participation in activities. So this bank is a bank conceived as Bharatiya Mahila Bank. The very name says it says it all. Yeah. And it is predominant. I mean, there is a misconception that people come and ask, can I bank? Can a man open an account? Can he get a loan? See, the bank is going to be predominantly supportive of women, and it will reach out to all kinds of women, right? What I want to say is the entire pyramid, from the bottom of the pyramid to the top of the pyramid, the entire spectrum of women would come and would be supported by this bank in various activities. And we are also open to resources to all people, both the genders. Anybody can walk into any branch of Bharatiya Mahila Bank and open a deposit account. And the loaning pattern will be predominantly, yes, I should call it as a positive bias to women, and men are also, because are also welcome. But the thing is, the very name says it's for the Mahila. So there will be a predominant loaning happening to women, and ultimately we also need to work as a viable commercial entity. So from this conception in the budget speech, it moved to formation of a blueprint committee. The blueprint committee has worked on it and submitted a report to the finance minister. And after that, a core management team was put in place, collecting some senior level executives from various banks who have worked along with the advisors, the SBI Capital Markets, to create the bank. Because creation of a bank is a big challenge. It's very exciting as well, because it has not been attempted. You don't have manuals to fall back, you don't have things to look at and then do the step one after the other. So the team has worked together and thought about the various, whether it is the HR area, the IT, these are all the key pillars: products, HR, technology, processes, policies. These are the areas that the committee has gone about, supported the SBI, the advisors, SBI CAPS, and then things have fallen in place. Today you are sitting in the branch, and tomorrow the bank is getting launched at the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister of the country, and this is a branch, the first branch that will get rolled out, and along with it simultaneously 6 other centers the branches will roll out. It is Guwahati, Calcutta, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Lucknow, plus Mumbai.
So how is the interest rates for the women? How are you charging the deposits?
We have not yet. Tomorrow the bank will get launched, and then the operations will really start. So our SB rates we have shown as 4.5%, little more than what other public sector banks offer for deposits less than 1 lakh, and for 1 lakh and above balances we are giving 5%. And
that's for women?
No, any SB account holder in the bank. And secondly, for loans, yes, there could be a small concession being offered, but that as the loans start, you will be able to see that happening.
You're mentioning asset quality. How do you think the bank should approach these issues? How should they dealt with?
I wouldn't say exactly all is due to economic environment. Partly yes, we can't deny that, we can't be insulated from that. Yes, it happens. But the banks, the credit monitoring has to be very, very strong, if the credit monitoring is strong, whether at the branch level or at the head office level, at all levels, this has to, because once you give the loan, the job doesn't end there. The job really starts there. The real job of the loan monitoring starts once you disburse the money. So banks have to tighten the credit monitoring, and I would say that early signals, and even the technology is so powerful, they can attempt at having some sophisticated models which can predict the predictability of default and other things. I think we'll be, because technology comes with, it's a great boon. Yeah. It comes with a lot of support, a lot of things can be factored, a lot of things, analytics can be done with that, and well, you can be cautioned so that you take the right kind of things. But I would still prevail that credit monitoring is a major area where all of us need to be very, strengthened about it.
Talking about all the banks, what's your take on the private sector banks as well as the PSUs?
See, here we do, mass banking. In public sector, it's mass banking. As I said, the entire pyramid gets covered. We don't do class banking. And even private sector banks, they have their own, the products. As I said, culturally they are slightly different from us, certainly. And we have, we serve two faces of India. The public sector certainly serves two faces of India. One is the impoverished, illiterate, ekdam, the below BPL, all kinds of, and also it serves the elite, the rich, the what do you call, the elite, the wealthy, whatever class you would call. The entire spectrum is covered. Not only there's an in between. Everybody is covered. So, and any projects, if you take any of those major projects, it's always supported by public sector banks. So public sector banks have a greater role to play in building the economy. I would say every bank pitches in, everybody has a role, but public sector banks per se come with the responsibility of supporting a lot of branches and projects which they have been doing. Any mega project, you will certainly find 10 or 12 public sector banks being part of it.
Now with new banking licenses coming up, how do you think this will change the entire scenario, and what do you think the opportunities are there?
See, the thing is still, as you started your thing, it's an underbanked. We feel underbanked, and we have very minimal branches. So there are different ways of approaching the new license.
Different banks, if they come with, it need not be a traditional banking that all of us do. Like Mahila Bank itself is a niche bank now. Yeah. It comes with a tone of women empowerment. So like that, if there is a niche developed by these, I think there will be varieties available to the public. There will be specializations available.
Yeah. You mentioned about financial inclusion. Do you think financial inclusion has really not reached the target where it should have reached? So do you think industry and the government both should now pull up their socks and start looking at those areas?
See, I would say we've been late starters in financial inclusion. Okay, so we need to cover a large ground. Certainly, we need to walk long mile. See, all the public sector banks, even private sector, foreign banks, maybe in a small way, but public sector banks certainly in a very big way have attempted it. Have been partnering this, financial inclusion, realizing the importance, what it is to the nation, and really, when you go to the village, you go yourself and see, I've seen this happening. When they come, see, all these financial inclusion people, we must also appreciate, they would have never seen the gadgets in their life, but they are all starting off operating through technology, through the POS machines, through, the mobiles. So these kind of, they are all starting off their banking experience with technology. And technology is one powerful thing which can do a lot of transformation. It can reach kone pe pahunch jayega. That kind of a power with which it comes. And certainly all of us, all the banks, including Bharatiya Mahila Bank, will take a very lead role. All banks have been doing, will join the group. And yes, because the vast is the population, vast is the terrain, vast is the country. But we all come together, I am sure, it can be made, it need not be a dream, it can be a reality.
So what is the procedure of opening an account in your bank?
You walk in and the forms are ready with me. I can give you straight away, and you can fill it up and start your account. You will get your debit card. See, this bank starts off on technology on day one with the core banking solution. Entire India, our banks are getting connected. Our ATMs are in operation right away. So I must say that, you know, the bank starts off on a good note with technology.
Okay. So my another question would be that you as a woman on the top position, there are more women on top position in many banks and as well as in many sectors. Do you think the mindset has somewhere shifted?
See, women are certainly, if you see today, the women are first of all highly educated. See, earlier days, school pass or a minimum graduation.
Yes.
But today, people are coming on. Even when we recruit people, we say that people are not coming with less than 2 degrees. So there is, and women are coming highly qualified. Plus, there are the women are generally very confident. I mean, because education gives that kind of a confidence. See, that is why literacy becomes very, very important. It has to precede, you know, the empowerment that we are talking. Literacy with economic empowerment is going to be a very deadly combination to, you know, take the economy to good heights. Because these two go hand in hand, and once the lady comes or a woman comes with good education, she has confidence, she is able to, you know, perform herself well. And generally women are good performers. They don't shy for any work, in the sense they are good at work. And especially in areas like banking, insurance, women come with a lot of relationship orientation, because these are all service area where there is lot of importance on relationship building, because banking is after all a trusted relationship. So women are very good at doing that. Again, banking is a business of taking risks. Women are moderate risk takers. I won't say they are aggressive or they are very poor, but they are moderate risk takers and very pragmatic in approach. So, and they generally come with good discipline. They are able to create successful teams. So that is how you see more and more women coming up. But around now you will see quite a few bank chairmen, a few people in insurance and all other areas.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing the light on the new concept, as well as also sharing your experience and life, both personal
Thank you so
and
much.
Professional life.
Thank you very much.